Billings-Caisley, aka Ali Rosen, and I founded Therapeutic Healing and Wellness back in California in 2004. Since then, my business has morphed, and I now have a large toolbox full of services, workshops, and other projects to keep you healthy and well, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. During lockdown, well, the first lockdown, I decided, as my business temporarily closed its doors for the first lockdown, I decided to give the opportunity to fellow self-employed people and allow them to stay in the spotlight and talk about their passion, their business. And at least that way, we're doing something, we're keeping in the mind's eye. So today, it's my greatest, I've got sun shining in my eyes, sorry about that. Today, it's my great pleasure to welcome Amanda Mann of Mann's Cookies. Hi, Amanda. You're all festive and fireplacey today. That's fantastic.
I know. I got the festive. We got the Christmas decorations out, the beginnings of them yesterday.
Oh, how wonderful. It certainly looks very beautiful. I know one of my children and their partners have put their Christmas tree up, which has kind of almost given me a thought. And why not? There's quite a lot of doom and gloom around right now. So let's all be as cheerful as we can and kind of make our homes prettier and more beautiful and sparkly. So, how are you, and what started you baking cookies, and what were you doing before in your previous life
before I became a cookiepreneur? I was a mother. I've got 4 children.
You're still a mother.
I still am a mother, but my kids need me less and less as they've got older. I'm now happily a grandmother too, which is very exciting.
Congratulations. Was that who I just met earlier?
Yes. And I started cooking for the NHS in the first lockdown. And
how did that happen? Do you want to share did that happen, like, ergonomically? How did that work?
A very good friend of mine is a consultant A&E doctor, and everybody was helping the NHS, and I said, well, let me cook for you every week. And then I picked up a few other doctors here and there, and then I'd get on my bike with the baby and go and deliver chicken curry for
Oh, actually cooked food before.
Yeah. And then everybody was talking about their teams and things. And so I said to my girlfriend, well, how many are in your team? And she said, well, they're 30. And I said, well, I'm not doing chicken curry for 30. So I started, and she was on night shift. So I started cooking cookies. And although people were very generous and giving the NHS staff lots of, gifts of food, it wasn't home cooked food, which that's what they really love. Yeah. So I started cooking cookies, which they enjoyed. And then they started phoning up and saying, could we buy some?
Oh, how amazing. So it happened really beautifully, organically.
Yes. And my niece was spending a bit of time with me. And I said to her, we'll just do a website, And 10 days later, the website was born.
Fabulous.
And 10 days later, there were customers on the website. And it's been an amazing learning curve. And I live in the New Forest. So I've met lots of fantastic other local people. In fact, a lady who's an amazing chocolatier called Miss Witt, who does fantastic chocolates. She was really instrumental in helping me.
Oh, wow.
she knows all about chocolate and the right chocolate and the wrong chocolate. And we test drove and ate hundreds of cookies to get it all
amazing.
going. Yes, and she went above and beyond to help me. And since then, she's always on tap when things aren't going right, to give me advice and things about packaging. And then we had to register as a business and register with health and safety. And
Oh yes, because you're working at home, aren't you? So you have to have some sort of protection kind of.
We're all registered and we've got trading standards, and the trading standards actually came because, if you sell something, it has to be the correct weight.
Right.
You can't, so we were we had 2 sets of scales and we were weighing them. And I mean, I've learned so many wonderful things and met so many amazing people, including yourself, that I wouldn't have had I not started Mann's Cookies. And so every day it's a joy when I wake up. I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning thinking cookies.
So clearly you are very passionate about what you do, and it's quite amazing that you've just it's just happened, so organically, which is extraordinary. So what were you doing before this journey?
Well, not a lot. I did have a pop-up shop where I would buy, different fashion. I do love fashion, and I would have a shop at home every 2 or 3 months. But it was dwindling. I had less interest in it. Fashion has changed. My likes and needs have changed. And so it was just a sort of organic thing. And COVID came at a great time for me personally, even though it's people are struggling, and
Really?
I don't take that lightly.
No.
Say that.
No.
I'm really trying to do a lot to bring some sunshine with our cookies to people less fortunate.
And it sounds like you're really doing a lot of that, and that's really wonderful. And I think, as you say, a lot of people have found amazing opportunities during lockdown, and many people in many different industries are finding that their businesses have thrived, exponentially, and people have started new business like yours has.
Well, we have the random the random act of kindness cookie box on a Wednesday.
How does that?
Well, I just cooked 12 cookies actually and put them in our 2 6-box cookie, and then go and find 2 houses.
How lovely!
Post them through the letterbox.
What a beautiful gesture. So on your website, it does say, I mean, it's really clear and it's a lovely website, very succinct. It does say that you literally post them through the letterbox. So do 12 cookies in a box fit through a normal letterbox?
Yeah, well, all our cookie boxes go through letterboxes. They're designed with that in mind because our first business partner is Royal Mail.
I'm sure. You talk about R, because on your website as well, you mentioned that you have a partner.
Yeah, that's my niece. My
your niece.
My 14-year-old niece does all the social media, the website.
Okay.
I do the cooking, the development.
How old is your niece?
She's 14.
Wow, and that's a perfect age.
Yeah, she's perfect for running the website, and she helps a lot. Her name's Anushka Friedman.
That's a lovely name as well.
She's absolutely brilliant with the social media, telling me I'm doing too many stories, teaching me how to do reels. That's what I'm learning now.
Fabulous. You're learning on this huge learning curve, isn't it? So
Yeah,
exciting.
it's really fantastic.
Would you like to share with us some of your beautiful cookies?
Yes, well, we've got the classic. We've got the classic Mann's cookie there.
Oh, is that a snowman?
Pardon?
Is that a snowman?
No, that's a chocolate chip cookie we always add things on just to sort of make it interesting. So that's that one. Let me show you the more Christmassy version. The Percy Pig.
Oh, beautiful. So do all your cookies have chocolate in? Or
all the cookies are made with very high quality 72% and higher chocolate.
right.
And then just for fun, we add, something on the top. We have because we live in the New Forest, we have a special one, the horse box cookie.
Beautiful.
That's for horse lovers.
Oh, that is so beautiful. And that one is gluten-free.
Yeah, that's our gluten-free cookie, which is quite something. And our horse box is very successful with the horsey people who love horses. So there's a lot of laughter about the horse box. And then we've got the latest addition to the family, which is the rude box.
Anyone with young children, do not watch. Take them away.
Anyway, I won't say the rude words but I'll show you one of them.
You can say part of them.
Okay, well that's the rude box 2, which starts off with that, and you have that one. Oh. And the other words that go with it is, which I only hope.
Yeah.
I only hope that the COVID can actually hear what we're trying to say.
Oh, very nice. Yes. Send them on their way.
Yes, so that has brought a lot of laughter to a lot of people, and that has kept me very, very busy.
So do you use molds and make those words yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
So the wording was just a bit of fun, and we actually do bespoke cookies. We've done a couple of commissions for people, which has been very nice. Companies have had their names on their cookie. People have said, teams have cookies at 10 o'clock. Everybody opens their cookies with IBM and other, companies. Yes.
That's extraordinary.
So, some people send out 10 boxes all on the same day. And all the, and we've had some wedding cookies where people have got married on Zoom.
Married on Zoom?
On Zoom.
They're together, but their guests are on Zoom.
Yeah, and they've sent them all cookies with the date of their wedding.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So what are the ingredients in your cookies? What kind of flour do you use? Do you use sugar? Do you use?
Yeah, we use brown sugar, and we use flour from the mill up the road, which is
what kind of flour is it?
We use a mixture of flour, because we can't use solidly brown flour
No.
because it's but we don't use, so we use a mixture of flour. We're looking at the moment for a butter producer locally in Hampshire. If anyone can find one, then we could yeah, that would be really helpful if anybody could DM me at Mann's Cookies.
Yeah, if you go onto the farmers market and Hampshire Fair Facebooks, there's so many suppliers on there that are all Hampshire based and
Yeah.
really quite local to where you are. And every 2 weeks in Romsey, we have a farmers market, which is a huge thing in our Waitrose car park. And you can literally pick up so much produce, and pure produce. So take a look on Facebook for Hampshire Fair, which is Fayre, and then the local farmers market. And I know, are you in Lymington?
Yes.
There are lots of farmers markets around
Yes.
Forest as well. And I don't know, and I wouldn't be able to actually give you a name of one right now live, but there are at least 2 or 3 that.
Okay, thank you for that tip. That's great.
Yeah, there's nothing like local homegrown produce.
Well, yeah, it's also nice to support local. So our eggs come from Fluffett's farm or the other local farms. Yes, there's Sarah and Andrew. I can't remember the name of the farm. They deliver eggs every week because we go through 2 or 3 trays a week at the moment.
Oh, I can imagine. You must be running your kitchen like a factory at the moment.
Yeah, not quite, but it's getting close, which is very exciting.
Absolutely.
We're hoping that one day, to be able to employ, someone to help with the cooking so that we can move the business on.
Absolutely. And it sounds like, from what you're saying, it won't be that long in the future.
Well, who knows what the future holds? I need a few more cookie eaters. We're also developing the vegan cookie, and that's taking up some of my time in the test kitchen, trying out different vegan recipes and finding out, because there's a massive love for vegan cookies at the moment.
Yeah.
We've got all the toppings sorted out. We're just trying to get the cookie right. So if anybody knows of a good cookie recipe, please, email me or look me up on Mann's Cookies. I'd love to know, because I've tried about 5 or 6 and I'm not happy with them.
Well, let me tell you an example. James Dyson, and I know this is a product rather than an edible product, but James Dyson, I think he made over 450 prototypes before he reached his perfect product. Hopefully you won't have to make 450 cookies to find your perfect vegan cookie.
I've got close to it.
Oh, really?
Well, even if I halve the, cookie amounts, you still end up making 10 or 12.
Of course.
Anyone that comes past my front door, oh, try this, try that. I even send them to vegan friends or vegan children, friends of children who are vegan, and I get, feedback, nice, but I wouldn't buy them.
Us English people are so polite.
It's the joys that part of it is the joy of the cookie business is developing also the products.
Yeah,
the gluten-free chocolate cookie took time, and even our just original cookie took time to work it out, the right amount of chocolate, sugar, butter, eggs.
That's amazing. So they're all your own recipes?
Yes, yeah, they are, which is nice. But I do look at other people's recipes. So.
Of course. And you kind of pick bits out and just make it your own.
I mean, you have to take influence.
Yeah.
The cookie is an old traditional, it's an old biscuit, isn't it, really?
So tell me, what have your biggest challenges been
The biggest challenge, but I guess the website's quite full on, knowing, not emailing everybody every 5 minutes, learning the difference between the blogs and the emails. And the website for me was moving all the pictures around. But I mean, anybody else can just do it, the drop of a hat. So I've learned all that, which is really nice.
And what about challenges in creating and baking and putting your recipes together?
No, well, I love all that part. And I like all the marketing and all the different, we've come up with all different ideas. That sort of, gets me up at 6 o'clock in the morning and keeps me going all day. And, my kids say, right, we're not talking about cookies any longer, Mummy. We're talking about something else. So, the developments are, really good fun. Even I've had a few mistakes, made batches of cookies and I've forgotten to put the egg in or this in and they come out flat. So I've cooked thousands and thousands of cookies. I know a cookie when I see one.
That should be your strapline.
Yes, you're right. I know a cookie when I see one. So I think to be, you have to own whatever you're going to do and really, really love it.
Yes, absolutely. You're absolutely right.
I love the journey's been amazing. I've had, Percy Pig, phone me up and want to do a cookie with Percy Pig on it, and an ice cream company, because in the summer we were doing, sandwich together. So you'd put your cookie there and then you'd put the ice cream in the middle.
Oh, wow.
So a cookie sandwich.
Oh, how lovely.
Yes, and we did quite a few different fun things.
There's so many, I can just hear, and the way you're talking, there's just so much passion. I can clearly feel that you're going to go so far. Really and truly.
We've got to get the 99 cookie machine yet. Instead of having 2 chocolate, but a bar of, a flake in your 99.
Yes.
We want to have the man's cookie.
Oh, wow. Well, good luck with that.
I know. It's exciting. It's, there's so many different ways to deal with a cookie.
Absolutely. And everything is mail order. So say if I emailed you or phoned you or whatever and said, Amanda, I need 2 dozen cookies by Saturday, would you then do them and mail them out and I would get them on Saturday?
Yes. What happens is you have to put your order through on the website.
Yeah.
And then it's dealt with within 12 hours, cooked, and then packaged. And depending on whether you choose next day delivery or first class, the cookies will be with you the next day. Or,
Fabulous.
Yeah, so it's really
rock and roll.
Yeah, and some people order cookies and then have them delivered on the next day service with Royal Mail.
Fantastic.
And it all goes through letterboxes, so you don't have to wait.
Or be at home or anything.
Yeah, you've just got to make sure the dog doesn't eat them on the other side.
Exactly. Exactly. So do you have any words of wisdom as we, coming to the end of this chat? Do you have any words of wisdom you'd like to share with the audience, people watching?
Just really enjoy what you do. Find something and keep at it, regardless of, it's not all plain sailing.
Nothing.
You just got to keep going and keep going. And I could never dream that I was going to be a cookiepreneur. but that's what I am.
And you're an awesome one. So well done, Amanda.
Yeah, so it's a joy. And I love the people I've met and all the different ways we've talked about cookies. And it's really just given me a great platform for a conversation.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Amanda, for your time today. I certainly know a lot more about cookies than I did before. And I'm certainly going to find an excuse to put an order in for some of those delicious sounding cookies. That's for sure. So for our people who are watching, if you'd like to put an order in or learn more about Amanda's cookies, please go to her website, which is Mann's Cookies, MANNSCOOKIES.com. And you can also reach her on 0777 159 0260. Thank you so much, Amanda.
Thank you. Have a cookie type of day.
I'll speak